Hello, welcome back. I'm going to be making another cat today in honor of Valentine's month, love of deceased cats. Obviously, you know we only make deceased cats on this channel because this is a rat-based channel. Although soon I do have an experimental animal coming up. You'll see that coming up soon on the channel. Anyway, I already made a pink and red and white one, so I think I'm going to make one with a little bit of black in it so that we kind of have a nice combination of colors going on here. So what I'm going to do is take my original sheet that I was working on with the red and the all of that, red, white, and some pink kind of forming on there. And what I'm going to do is just sprinkle a couple black pieces on top, mix it in there. I think actually kind of a decent amount would be nice. And it is important, what I'm doing here is also helping to bulk up the clay, because I want to make sure I have enough clay here. Okay, so now I think I went a little bit too far, and what I'll do is just very quickly sprinkle a little more red onto this. So it's kind of a layered technique. It's not that difficult, but it does will look good when we get the ball rolling here. And I think today I'm going to do kind of a quicker cat. I am ready for the month of February to be over so I can be done making these and back to making my precious rats. And I do make these somewhat in advance, so I will have to see. I think we are close to the end of the month of February here. Okay, so there you go. You got your colors. I'm going to go ahead and fold this over itself here. And go ahead and find your cat face. Mine's pretty easily found right here. I'm going to place my clay over the face. Immediately start forming the shapes that I need. I have gotten fairly quick because I do know exactly what I'm looking for now in the cat shapes, and I have gotten a little quicker at kind of pulling those shapes to where they need to be, and determining what colors I want where. Okay, I'm going to try a new technique here, where I kind of add an additive technique for the jowls, because I have been fighting with these jowls a little bit more than I would like to. So we're going to do kind of a additive technique as opposed to the way I've been making them, and I think this will speed my process up. I'm always looking for ways to speed up my workflow. As you know, I think I say in the beginning of almost every video on this channel that I'm looking to make a quick build, and I know that a lot of times it doesn't actually play out that way, but I think I might actually pull it off today, guys. Might be one of the earliest quick build pull-offs in the history of the page. And I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here, but I'm essentially forming that jowl piece that I'm always fighting with. I'm essentially just going in and forming that before I even begin to put the bottom lip on. And that way I don't have to go overboard, over the top, super crazy with the whole process. Just kind of get them on there, shape them up. And I think I am actually going a little bit too overboard here, but that's par for the course for me. As many of you know, long-time viewers will know. So that's what's going on here. We've ballooned. That's why that was doing that. Okay, let's try this again. We ballooned out quite a bit here. There you go. So you kind of see what I'm doing here. And we're ballooning again, but I don't know what that is about. So you see what I'm doing. Forming the classic cat shape here. And I know right now it is actually taking me much longer to make this due to the cat shape that I'm working with here. But I do have a feeling that in future videos this technique will speed me up. As soon as I master the technique, I think I'll be much better off. And you see, I think I will also end up with a much cleaner jowl, because I won't have to worry about. You see, this side actually looks really good, but this side does not want to form up correctly. I think I gotta pull it back a little bit. An important thing with any of your projects is really just to take your time. Don't allow yourself to get frustrated by the project. And I guarantee you, you will have much more success with whatever you're doing if you just remain calm throughout the entire process. Don't get frustrated. And just keep on doing what you're doing. Okay. You see this jowl right here formed up perfectly, and this one is getting there. Okay. Then I'm going to take a piece. I'm going to create the bottom portion of this cat's jaw. So this head shape is a little bit off, but that is okay. You can just kind of work it, work your clay, and it will come together. You can add clay, it doesn't matter. Might change your color up a little bit, but that's not a huge issue either. That's something I mentioned in the other video too. The color on these is more of a crapshoot than anything, but that is actually one of my favorite things about this kind of project. You do have slight control in some areas. Like I did know that I wanted this to be right here to be kind of an eye section, and I was able to place that kind of where I wanted it. Like right now I'm placing this on top kind of just to even the head shape out. So you can kind of line it up and do what you want with it, as long as you, but only really to a certain extent. So you see I end up with what I end up with. And I'll be honest with you, it's not the end of the world no matter what happens. Because we're just making stuff to make stuff. There's no pressure. Obviously this is my day in, day out career, but that is okay. That's part of the life of a craftsman, is learning to roll with it. And now when you're out of your league on something, it's another important part of it. So what I know is I can control kind of what color I want here. Do I want this or do I want this? I think I want this. And all I'm doing is making a separate, this is again a trial run. I have not done this ever. But I am making a separate bottom jaw. You see the top jowls are the ones that we were originally putting in place. And now I am making a secondary jaw. And it does look like it is going to work out for me. I'll just have to shape the bottom jaw the way I want it. Kind of pull this back a little bit. I'm going a little too far here with the sizing. So you can pull that back. You see kind of where the jowl line is, right here. I'm going to take a little piece. I think I'm going to go for kind of a white piece here. You're going to place the nose, make a nose. Nose, again, nothing that I'm saying really means much. So I'm saying make a nose. What I'm really saying is just make something kind of like that. It doesn't even have to be like that. Drop it in. Very light placement work, nothing too crazy here. And close as you can. I like to have the noses to where they are kind of, let's see, kind of only worked in on the sides. So you see how the underside of that nose is not fully worked in. That's intentional. So for this, I'm going to take two ears, two roughly equal sized pieces of clay. I'm going to make cones. I make cones for my ears. You can do your ears however you want. And then kind of just find your ear location for one ear, and then place your first ear, lock it in. This is a very important part. I've had a lot of rats come back, and not in recent years, but when I first started, I did have a couple rats come back due to ear malfunctions, and it's not going to be a happy customer if they're calling you. You're not dealing with you're not going to have a great day dealing with customers with ear complaints. So I do think I was hoping that this would be a little less kind of candy cane looking. I was hoping it would have a little more black, I think, and be a little more patchy, but and there are ways you can manipulate the color, but for me, I like to kind of play it like this. I like to kind of just let the color determine what the color is going to be, and I will work with the design elements. I kind of do like the randomness and the creativity, the opportunity afforded to be creative when you are not fully in control of the colors. Now I am blabbing a little bit because I'm realizing that my main tool has gone and grown a pair of legs and went missing. Where could my main tool have gone, you ask? I likely threw it in the tool kit, but I don't see it in there. Okay, so let's take a step back and think here. Apologize for not being prepared. I did not think that I moved my main tool. I almost never let it out of my sight in these in my builds. It's very concerning to me because that is my favorite tool. And it is just kind of a stick with a pointed side and a... That's okay. I'll use this tool for this build. It's not the one I want. Oh, it's right here. Okay. It is on the verge of a full-blown meltdown. I don't know how obvious that was to the viewers. So what I'm going to do is just kind of using my tool. I'm going to place my... Really good placement there, really happy with that. And then I think this cat is going to have black eyes. Or should I just go, maybe I'll go white to, the black eyes would look really good on this one, I think. I'll tell you what, I'm going to go white eyes on this one. This is going to hurt a lot, but I'm going to use this rubbing alcohol instead of getting up. Ooh, it's burning into the cuts. By the way, cut update. Torn up. It's a mess, folks. But again, I can't complain. I make rats for a living. You know, you would expect that it could be much worse. So I'm going to make one eye section here, break that into two. And over the years, you will realize that you are getting likely quicker, hopefully, and the cats are still new to me, so I am still figuring that out, but I have gotten much quicker with my rats. This guy is going to have pretty big eyes, and I think I like that. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Yep. And what I'm going to do is find my fangs. Everyone knows by now that I make batch fangs, so I need to go to my fang pile and find the pairs when I'm making these. And the pairs are usually pretty easy to tell that they're a pair. And I could give this one some smaller fangs, because I have been doing oversized fangs lately. And that looks like a match to me, folks. So I will go ahead and put the fangs in first. This is something I always say, but make sure your fangs are facing the way you would like them to face if you want them to be facing the correct direction. Make sure they're doing that at this point in time. Get your whisker tool, whatever your whisker tool is. I use this. It came in this kit here. Very cheap on Temu. I also throw my other stuff in there. And if you want it to go on the go, you can kind of just bring one tool kit. Pretty much good to go. And then I like to do my fangs kind of on an angle. There you go, no problem. About one cap distance. Bringing it on an angle, it's not the correct angle. And this will be an issue later, so what I'll do is just correct that angle. Bring this a little closer to the nose, I think. Okay, just shape it up. Shape it up. I kind of mash these up. I can, no problem, just kind of thicken those up. As long as you have enough space inside of the clay to place your whiskers. And I will bake this bad boy, and we will come right back and finish working on this. I am back with my final cat, possibly of the month, I'm not sure, I haven't counted. And we are going to quickly finish this bad boy up. And give it the classic axis for eyes. These whiskers are, I'm sorry, the fangs. I keep getting my fangs and whiskers confused today. In a previous video I was working on, I called my fang bag my whisker bag, and vice versa. I don't really know what's going on with me. We are going to go pink for the ears on this one. Kind of sketch them in, nothing too crazy. We don't want to go overboard. This one still is kind of hot, fresh off the presses. So the paint may or may not be fully ready to adhere. It may melt a little bit, but that actually might lead to kind of a cool look too. So I'm all for that. Obviously get the fangs. The teeth on these cats recently have been yellowing, and that's my own fault due to the I guess I overcooked them in the oven, but you win some, you lose some. And I will give this one a heart to match the other ones that I recently did. Where normally I would give these the mark of the beast, I would give them the upside down cross. Been very generous with the cats lately. I'm going to get my whiskers. We're going to get our whisker glue. No longer poisonous, as many of you may, many of my early viewers may remember me complaining that too many people were saying that the glue was poisonous, and that was a big issue for quite a while when I started with my crafts. I was getting a lot of complaints that people were poisoned from the glue. And it's just, again, just like when you purchase a rat and you start having all these minor tragedies in your life, or some major tragedies, you can't always say the rat has brought the darkness, as some describe it, to their life. Just like you can't always say that the glue was causing you all these issues, because it's not always true, and you end up besmirching the name of some hardworking rat craftsmen, such as myself. Anyway, this glue is now a totally different glue brand, and I was in touch with the manufacturer. This is Loctite, and I was in touch with the manufacturer via email, just to be sure that I would not get any poison complaints or anything like that. And they assured me that they do not use poisons. And they even told me that they were on my side, and that the people who did complain about the glue poisonings were probably stretching the truth a little bit. And the representative was not willing to speak on the supposed possessions and hauntings and things of that nature that I've gotten complaints about, but I have a feeling that they agreed with me on that as well, judging by their tone when I brought it up. Okay, so I will put my glue away. I keep my glue in a separate bag. Then my whiskers, here's my whisker bag. You can see I'm due to work the whiskers again soon. Another whisker day coming up. That's always a nightmare for me. My fang bag. It looks like I'm due actually for some fangs pretty soon too. Actually, we should be done with cats for a while pretty soon. I might need one more cat to round out the month. Possibly 2 more cats, and then we should be done with them, God willing, and we will be moving on to the next thing. Where's my glue bag? Anyway, I'll put this away in a second. I'm just gonna, I think that's actually pretty decent looking trim on there, so I'm not gonna fight that too much. But I will go in and give this heart one more little coat here, just so it can be kind of full. I don't recommend getting these jelly pens unless you just get one specific size, and I would recommend 10 or 8, because my 5 did not work from day one, and I mean the size right here. This is a Sakura by Jelly Roll. Anyway, enough of that. That'll save that talk for another video. Here is this Valentine's month cat, and side view, other profile view, and I will post a photo of this and see you in the next video.